Hi everyone and welcome back to my Consultant Explorer channel. I'm Charlie and I'm here to help you explore the early career years of technology consulting, how to be successful at it, and how to make the most of the opportunities that it can open up for you. I spent 8.5 years at Accenture, building the most incredible launchpad for my own career, and now I get to choose what I work on, whenever and wherever I want to in the world. And that's the kind of freedom I can help you find in your journey, which starts just as mine did in technology consulting. So some of the questions I've been asked by lots of people that don't work in consulting are, do you have to be a generalist or a specialist to do well in consulting? Or how do generalists manage teams of specialists? Knowing the answers to these questions can be important for you if you're looking to join consulting and you're wondering whether you should be a generalist or a specialist. And if you already work in consulting, knowing these answers can also help you feel comfortable with and validated in your own career path and development. I'm going to cover how we might define a generalist versus a specialist. And then I'll cover some examples of different generalists and different specialists in consulting. And finally, I'll give an overview of how generalists might manage a team of specialists in consulting. So first, what do we mean by a generalist? A generalist is somebody whose skills are applicable in a broad range of scenarios. Maybe they know how to solve complex problems, or perhaps they know how to manage teams of people. A specialist, on the other hand, is somebody who has specific skills that are applicable in a specific scenario. For example, they might be an expert in a particular technology, or it might be that they have a lot of experience in UX design. There are lots of different roles in consulting, and lots of them can be considered both generalist and specialist, but some are definitely more specialist. So let's consider some examples of both. Firstly, a project manager. Now, consulting work is typically always delivered in projects, and projects come in all shapes and sizes. Project managers coordinate all resources on a project to deliver the required output by the required time. On the face of it, this is a very generalist role because that project could literally be delivering anything. And clearly that project manager has lots of specialised resources working for them, which cover off the expertise required for any particular components of that project. But there are also different flavours of project manager. One might be very experienced, for example, in delivering projects for certain kinds of clients, like banks, for example. Another might be really experienced in delivering projects with particular technologies, like Salesforce, for example. Each will have learned important skills relevant to banks or Salesforce, which make them more specialised and able to lead the next project more successfully. So although a project manager can be a generalist role, there are also specialisms that each project manager can develop over time. Another role that could be considered generalist is a business analyst. Theoretically, business analysts could analyse any business problem using a standardised, repeatable process. But just like project managers, business analysts also develop specialisms over time based on what their repeated experience involves. For example, a business analyst might become more expert in customer service processes or machine learning models. A third role that could be considered generalist is a client account lead. This person is typically responsible for all of the work your company does at a particular client account. For your company, this person ensures that a sales target is met. And for your client, this person holds the accountability for the success of all ongoing projects. In theory, this client account lead resides over any project, solving any business challenge and delivering any solution. In practice though, this client account lead has specialised to that particular client and knows their business inside out. They also become specialists in the fundamentals of running a client account, managing senior leadership teams, driving sales, and maintaining strategic client relationships. So if generalists all develop specialisms over their consulting career, are there pure specialists in consulting? Short answer, yes. Actually, at Accenture, that client account lead track has been given a specific career path of its own, recognising the specialist skills that that lead has to develop. Possibly a more obvious specialist track is the technical architect track. This track is for people who want to remain highly technical into the very senior years of their career. In consulting, this means you can continue to focus on full-time technical work and you don't pick up extra responsibilities like sales targets or people management like you do in other tracks. Another example of a specialist role is a UX designer. Whilst you might design experiences for lots of different devices, your expertise is a clear niche because no one else will ever do the work that you do. And with these three examples of specialist roles, the point of your career at which you become recognised as a specialist varies. It might be in your early years as a UX designer, but it might be in your much later years as a client account lead. So the next question is, are specialists generally managed by other specialists? And if not, how do you arrive at the position of managing specialists if you're a generalist? From a career management perspective, generally specialists are managed by other specialists because your career development follows a very specialist track. From a day-to-day perspective, delivering client project work, specialists are managed by generalists. For example, a project manager might be responsible for UX designers, solution architects, BAs, an application development team, and a change team. That's a lot of different skill sets to coach, inspire, and keep productive. So how do generalists do a good job of managing specialists when they don't know any of what those specialists know? This is a great question, and I'm pretty sure that every manager experiences this feeling at some point. How on earth can I manage this person if I've not done what they've done before, and I don't know how they should do it? The ironic thing is, that's the best kind of management relationship you can have. As a manager, you're not like the captain of a sports team, who's made captain on the basis that they're the best at the job. You're more like the coach, who may never have played that sport before, but who can direct from the sidelines exactly how that team can work best together. As a project manager, managing a team of BAs, UXers, change resources, developers, you're not there to do the job better than they can. You're there to help them do the best that they can, produce the best output that they're capable of. That's a very different role description. There are lots of things about your role that they don't do too. For example, you own things in a way that they don't. People management, status reporting, client stakeholder management, risk mitigation. And because you have such different responsibilities, you both earn from each other mutual credibility and mutual respect. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how generalists can manage specialists, there's another video on my channel for that too. But for now, I hope that this video has helped give you a sense of generalists versus specialists in consulting, what they both are, what some examples are, and how they work well together. So if you found this helpful, please let me know by clicking the like button. If you'd like to see what I post next, then definitely subscribe to my channel. Social media links are below if you like those, and if you have any questions, then feel free to use the comments section below and I will do my best to answer absolutely everything. In the meantime, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great day, and I wish you all the best with your exploring.